as we know him.
Welcome to the Fargo Nuts. We're at Hector International
This is
Fargo.
Hector.
This is
Look at
Hector.
me, Hector.
This is Hector's.
Look at me, Hector.
We have beautiful palm trees at Hector in Fargo. They grow naturally here.
Well, Hector is the palm tree in the middle. That's Hector.
Did you know those are mainly imported? You know, they don't naturally grow in California.
Yep. They suck a lot of water.
It's the dumbest idea ever.
Glasses like a nerd. Did you know?
Brodsho, you're gonna walk us through your adventures in San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
Have at it, bud. Where are we right now in this image?
That's the airport. So I went through work. This is arriving on Tuesday afternoon. Walk out. It's nice. It's not as hot there as it was here. You know.
San Diego.
Yeah. So Tuesday was like a nothing day. It was pretty much. We got there and just went to the hotel, ate, and I think we got the people who needed to pick their passes up, and we got our for us we just needed our lanyards and our bags essentially, but in the catalog program thing that had the map in it and stuff and breakdowns and stuff. So that was when we were walking to get the passes and stuff, I'm pretty sure.
Did you get to see Zordon in there? Was Zordon and Alpha 5 in there?
That
no Zordon. There was a Lord Zed.
Oh, cool.
I did see a Lord Zed, but
that's awesome.
But yeah, so that was when we went to get the passes. This is like one end of it, essentially.
Did you get to ride any of those scissor lifts? What's up with the scissor lifts?
No, I wish, brother. No, they're probably hauling a bunch of shit. Dude.
That dude's like, "Do you want to ride?"
A bunch of shit up there.
This guy down here, he's like,
"I like that.
You want to ride, bud?"
And like
font up there, like
for those who have never been, the San Diego Convention Center. It's the main exhibit hall is on the floor. Is on the main floor there, and then like above it is where like all the panel rooms and stuff are, all the other rooms. Let's see, and it Hall H that you know about from the movie premieres and stuff is like the very far end of the main floor. It's the large hall there. The exhibition hall is, I'm getting you the size of it.
Yeah, give me that size. I want to know that size.
Show me how big your exhibits are.
So the San Diego Comic-Con exhibit hall covers 525,701 square feet, contiguous ground floor space inside the San Diego Convention Center.
You
got your steps in, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Accommodating nearly 3,000 standard 10 by 10 booths, over 135,000 attendees across multi-days.
Attendees nuts.
There was a football field. Attendees nuts.
I'd like 20 fresh attendees.
Because we are American and like size things based off football fields.
Everything is a football field.
Larger than, it's larger than 8 football fields.
Dang,
that's how big it is on the main convention.
Which field? Which 8?
And you'll see some of that. Just a standard football field. 100 yards.
It's just Lambeau. It's just Lambeau 8 times.
100 yards by whatever.
8 Lambos.
Yeah.
The Rose Bowl.
But, so yeah, it's very big, and it is very packed. It's kind of like herding cattle a lot. But yeah, it's that's us. We're walking to. So this is the far end.
This is you. This is you, right?
And it goes all the way down. Yeah, and you see like the letters, right? You see the letters that goes all the way down to. Yeah, it goes all the way down to G, I believe, all the way down. And then obviously Hall H is the H. But yeah, if I'll keep going. That skips ahead a little bit, but let me see. So that was
I see a belly
from the DC booth. The on Wednesday was preview night, which is the night that like basically you get in and see the stuff, and some of the places will be selling their merchandise, like the bigger spots, like a DC or a Hasbro or you know what I mean. They'll be selling their exclusives and stuff. It's 70% full on a preview night, roughly. Not completely full, but still busy. To get my lantern stuff, that is a bomber jacket. That was an exclusive at the convention center. I think you can get it now on their website now. But yeah, it says lanterns on the chest, the oath on the inside, and then it's got the lantern symbol with "Beware My Power" on the back. But yeah, I saw that. There was a Green Lantern shirt with a bunch of obscure Green Lanterns on it. And like the back has a little like character thing about each of them, which was great. Yeah, there's a little breakdown of who they are. But so for this, preview night goes from about 6 to 9 p.m. That's my ring box. And there's the replica ring from the TV show coming out. That's outside. But like, so for preview night, you go in about 6 to 9 p.m. I went straight to the DC shop. At the time, there was the line, like actually at the DC shop, and then there was a line to get into that line because of space and stuff. And that was capped at the moment. And they told us to just like, circle around for a while, come back, whatever. And I did that, and then like some people were getting a little mouthy about it, and then there's some people that, because you can't just stand, it's bad safety wise to just have people standing in the middle of a aisle like that. So like people then, like, since they said you couldn't stand, people just start doing this tight like 15-foot circle, right, walking. And then as things would open up, and they'd like grab people and they could go in. So I joined that death spiral, and like because I was like, I'm not going to keep walking around if these people are just sitting here doing this.
You're just like a fish.
So then, yeah. So after waiting, I wasn't death spiraling the entire time, but after waiting like an hour, I finally got into the line for the line. And then they would hand you beforehand like these menus essentially that had everything that was in the store, so you could look at it, see what you want, and then like you snake through this line for the line. And then, they go every like 6 people that are done at the shop, then they bring 6 people from that line into the main line. And then when you're in the main line, then there's a person who's like, hey, do you know what you want? Then you tell them what you want, and then they circle it on the menu, put your name on it, bring it up to the people at the register, and you stake through that line until it's ready. And, you go up and pay for it and then leave. That whole process took me like 2 hours.
Holy frick, man.
But like, I was prepared for that. That's what it was. I was there. The entire thing, the only thing I wanted to do on preview night was just secure that stuff before, like, and like not have to worry about it selling out and like getting it. That's all I wanted to accomplish on preview night.
Okay.
And I did. So
fine.
The other guys were not prepared, and one of them wanted to, like, at the Hasbro booth there was a Transformer exclusive that was like, I don't remember his name, but he's the like Autobot equivalent of Soundwave, the like cassette player.
Jazz?
But
no,
Jazz. No, I forget what he's called. But anyway, there was one of him, and he was in like Gem and the Holograms colors, like it was a crossover kind of.
Oh, crazy.
He wanted that. And he went and he saw the line for the Hasbro thing. He's like, nope, I'm good. And just like started walking around. And like afterward, we're like, man, it's so much like standing in line and walking. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, brother, that is literally what this is. This is all standing in line and walking. Like, is what this is. But this here that you're showing, that is the panel room that I called home for most of the weekend, for a good chunk of the weekend. So every morning, that's from 15 years ago. Every morning I'd wake up at like 7 in the morning, and 7:30, to get ready. I'd go down to the shuttle from our hotel, and I'd get there about 8-ish, 8:30, and then I'd get in the line, and then the line, they were letting you in at that point, pretty much. And so I'd go up, it leads you upstairs, and once I got through up there, then I went to, every morning, they had various snack things, and one of them was an Auntie Anne's pretzels. And every morning I'd go there, I'd get a pretzel and a Mountain Dew, and it cost me $18. And then I'd go outside of room 6DE and sit in line. I was always like 10th. The furthest back I was 15th in line. And then the first panels start at 10 usually. All 3 days, those weren't the panels I was there for. They were just ones I sat through because the panels I wanted to go to were next, and I wanted good seats. And I pretty much had this spot the entire weekend, except for one panel where I was back one row. But I wanted it because it like jutted out one more than the rows in front of it, and it, like, you're like have a direct center view of everything. Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, that room I was in, that's from 15 years ago when I went the first time. And that's 15 years later. Jeff Johns, the writer of Green Lantern, the book Green Lantern Rebirth. I got the hardcover when it came out.
He's wanting you to pull his finger.
Yeah.
And you just did. You're like, well, too late.
It was 2005. I had somehow seen it, because I wasn't like into comics at that point. It might have been on some other pop culture site. I saw an ad or an article for the release of the Green Lantern Rebirth hardcover. I was like, oh yeah, I remember liking Green Lantern. They're bringing that guy back from the dead. That seems cool. I'll go get that. So I went to a local comic shop, picked it up, read it, and then that was it. That's what started me on all of this.
You're hooked.
And he's like my favorite superhero writer. So the first picture back was 15 years ago when I went.
That's when you guys just got done kissing.
Yeah, 2011. Him and Jim Lee were signing at the same time. But at that Comic-Con, I got that hardcover signed back then. This time I had one of his newer books, and then an issue of Green Lantern that I really, really like, and an issue of Adventure Comics I really like that he did. So
awesome.
Yeah. So 15 years between me and my favorite dude. That was just by the Dark Horse booth. Dark Horse is doing a bunch of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings animated figures and stuff. I don't know if this is all connected, because they used that design for one of the figures, but that's the Prancing Pony, it says. And like there's a dude dressed as Gandalf there one day you can take your picture with. I don't know what else you could do there. Yes. It just looked cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That is comic book writer Jeff Lemire, who did, if you're familiar with the Netflix series Sweet Tooth.
Sure.
He did the with the boy with the deer antlers on his head. He wrote that, wrote and drew that, I believe. But he's done a lot of other things I really like. Him and Dustin Nguyen, who's with him, have done a bunch of books that are really good, including some Batman books. Sergeant Slaughter, the wrestler from the 80s. He's also in G.I. Joe.
Awesome.
Sitting there at the signing. That is writer-artist Daniel Warren Johnson, who he's kind of having his moment right now. He was the one who relaunched this, the Transformers series at Robert Kirkman's imprint that got really popular, and he wrote and drew it for a chunk and then wrote for another chunk. But he's done a wrestling book called Do a Powerbomb that's really good. He's done another one called Murder Falcon, or you play his guitar, and then like this like humanoid falcon with like a robot arm comes up, beats shit up, pretty tight. But yeah, he did the Absolute Batman annual this year, which was really popular. But yeah, he's kind of having his moment right now, and all of us at the shop I work at are big fans. You can see that Transformers book right to his left there, standing up.
Oh, yep, I see that.
But instead of digging through all my shit I had or bringing another book, the last week before that, black and white reprint of Do a Power Bomb started coming out, and one of the covers was looked like a Japanese wrestling magazine, so I had him sign that.
Cool.
That is him again with a professional wrestler for AEW named Brody King. He came by to see him. They're buddies. He's a fan of wrestling, obviously, in that, and he's worked with him a little bit. So, and that's AEW wrestler Kyle Fletcher, who also stopped by to say hey.
Okay.
Yep, and Johnson again. That's just a cool Hellboy vinyl toy.
Hellboy
At the Dark Horse booth. I think it was like $175 or something, $125.
Oh,
but
that's really cool.
I like that.
It's a cool little vinyl, Hellboy vinyl toy.
Oh, these are
those
sick.
are some of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit animated figures that they're doing.
Those are cool.
Oh, those are really, really cool.
Yeah.
Shoot. I like that style.
Might have to look at them. The Goblin King looks so good.
Right.
I don't know if that's
so that'll be coming out through Dark Horse. I forget what their collectible line is, but yeah, Dark Horse Comics, their collectible line. There you go. There's a good shot. It's just a straight shot down the
give me a high
the
zoom.
middle.
I see Snake. There's Solid Snake. He's not sneaking.
Yeah, there's Homelander.
Zero camouflage right there.
I just see cardboard box, aren't you're talking about?
Snake's coming to murk Homelander real quick.
I see that.
But yeah, that's just an example. That's how long and how far that bitch could go.
Yeah.
Colonel. He's drinking
Gundam booth
milk.
So
there we go,
this
Wilson.
Was a Gundam booth that they had.
The Helix
had all sorts of. It has all sorts of. There's display cases with a bunch of different toys and like. There's a store there that you can get exclusives like kits and stuff. Bottle kits, bunch of cool shit. It was a big area. They also announced like the new Gundam series there on a panel that was going on during one of the ones I was at, and you could hear like the cheering. That was Evil Lyn costume from Yep. Masters of the Universe. That is Tila's costume.
Tila.
That was a display they had. I don't know who that guy is. I just wanted to take the picture of the display quick.
Well, that's He-Man. That's He-Man, obviously.
Yeah, there was like a 50 to 50-something-year-old dude, maybe late 40s.
What would his He-Man? What would this guy's name He-Man would make for him? Like Man at Arms.
Dude, bro.
Dude, bro. Yeah, dude, bro.
Short lad.
But there's like this like late 40s. 50s something year old guy that was dressed as He-Man that just like I had passed by him when he was standing there and people were taking pictures of him, and I went like all the way down. This was like midway maybe through the convention center. I went all the way down, went to a couple places and came back and he was still there, people taking pictures of him.
Wow.
It's like, God damn it, dude. Yeah. Mando chilling. That's the Star Wars booth. They had a bunch of shit all around there. They were playing shit on the thing. They had, that is artist Mark Silvestri, who is one of the founders of Image Comics. Did a lot of work on Uncanny X-Men. He co-creator of Jubilee. He other characters, but he at Image he did Witchblade, The Darkness. He did
I believe in a thing called love.
Like a bunch of stuff. Costumes from Doomsday. At at Marvel booth.
Who are these people?
Gambit, Black Widow,
not real
maybe,
people.
and
Oh, okay.
Captain America. And then the next one is Cyclops.
Oh, that's
Woman. Yep, and
I want those boots. Give me those boots.
Give me them boots. Can I have those boots, please?
I like your shoes.
Right next to that too, where you could go stand next to a giant sentinel head and get your picture taken with it. This is at the art booth for artist Bill Sienkiewicz. He did a lot of stuff. He did some Elektra. He did Moon Knight, like he was the original artist on the Moon Knight ongoing series. He did the adaptation of David Lynch's Dune in Marvel. He did the art for that. That was really sick. He's done a lot of great stuff. He inked his buddy Dennis Cowan on The Question. He's done a lot, and he's in the fine art realm now too, but that was a bunch of his shit. This is the Mouse Guard booth. The creator, David Peterson, you can see the very top of his head just above that top stack of
I see it.
books on the table.
On the right there.
You can just see it peeking out.
He's doing a little mouse peeky.
Yeah, but I love Mouse Guard. And yeah, I picked up a sketchbook, like his sketchbook. You know, like they produce a bunch of those for cons and stuff. I got one of those, and then I got my coworker, who's also a big Mouse Guard fan, a map of the Mouse Guard world.
Oh, nice.
Signed by him. That's cool. That is the dude on the right in the sunglasses is Charlie Benante, the drummer for Anthrax.
He's wearing a shirt.
The publisher, Z2 Comics, does a lot of music-related comics and work with musicians and stuff, and he is doing one through them. So he was there signing. So this is, what is this? This is the DC Next Level panel. So it's one of the panels I went to was on Friday. Friday. It was the second panel. On the left, Joshua Williamson, who is kind of one of the architects of DC stuff right now. He's been writing Superman. Did a Green Arrow book. He's written a bunch of stuff. But yeah, currently Superman writer. Next to him is Hayden Herman. He's the artist on Absolute Wonder Woman. Really, really good. Those two are going to be launching a Legion of Superheroes book together, coming out soon. That looks really good. Next to them is Kyle Higgins, who's a writer. Did a good run on like Nightwing. He wrote Power Rangers for a while, and like a really like critically acclaimed runs where we get Lord Draken, the like evil potential future Tommy. That looks really cool. And then he started his own kind of Power Rangers adjacent series at Image called Radiant Black. He's going to be.
I've got the first 3 trades of that.
Yep, he's going to be writing Teen Titans, which is going to have a bunch of like current young heroes. 2 of them are ones that are known quantities to a degree. One is a now teenaged Leon Harper, the daughter of Roy Harper in Cheshire. Roy Harper was like OG Teen Titan as Speedy, Green Arrow's sidekick. But his daughter, as Cheshire Cat, is what she called. She's going to be on it. Mr. Terrific's son is on it. He's been around for a little bit now. And then 2 new characters. And it's going to be, I assume, begrudgingly led or organized by Red Hood. So,
are you
writing more?
Are you kind of surmising what this panel was about or what they were talking about?
Yeah. Okay,
much. That's what they kind of announced.
These are like next level books. Cool. Next to him is Michael Walsh.
Yep, Michael Walsh.
Who's a writer artist. He's gonna be doing a new Jonah Hex book, and that book is going to be a horror based book.
Okay.
It takes place when Hex is older and retired from being a bounty hunter, and I don't remember exactly if it's like something from his past or something brings him in, or he gets called in to help with something, and it's all supernatural and stuff. And then last guy, Jerry Duggan. He is.
We don't know why Jerry's here.
He had a good. Trying to remember. He had a good Deadpool run. He's done some good X-Men stuff. He's doing. The shit is he doing? He did it's a one shot coming out that's starring Deadshot.
Oh.
It has to do with stuff. But yeah, so that was, it's a here's a look at books that are coming. That is
very flattering, Brodsho. Nice.
What is this?
Nice mid blink shot here.
Yeah, didn't mean to. Dennis Camp, though, he's a writer of a bunch of rather popular books. He did recent Ultimates. He did Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is really, really good. And a popular independent book called The Sordid Crisis Events. But he's going to be doing a Batman book with the artist from Absolute Martian Manhunter, Batman Shadow of the Bat.
Oh wow,
and,
that'll be interesting.
Tate Bromble, I forget what he writes. Yeah, that might be the Gotham panel. Yeah, it's the Gotham panel. So that was the panel before the Next Level panel. So on the left is Matt Fraction. He's the current writer of Batman. G. Willow Wilson, who is the writer of Poison Ivy. Tom Taylor, who is the writer of Detective Comics. Christopher Cantwell, who's going to be doing a one-shot for the event they have coming up.
And he found you. He found you. He knows where you are, Brodsho.
He'll be doing a series after that called Batman Gangs of Gotham. And going to have Stephanie Williams, Batgirl, Anarchy, and now Officer Gordon and his partner, and the titled Gangs of Gotham. They announced for Batman Day this year the first sort of publication featuring both main universe Batman and Absolute Batman, called Batman of Two Worlds. Be two separate stories, one written by Matt Fraction, one written by Scott Snyder, the writers of the respective books. There they are, Matt Fraction and Scott Snyder. And one on the left, writer of Batman, one on the right, writer of Absolute Batman. That's their editor, Katie Kubert. That's just a shot down the main drag of the Gaslamp District. I actually didn't go to it all this time. First time we did quite a bit, but it's like a kind of bunch of bars and restaurants and stuff. So that's always super busy during Comic-Con. When we went 15 years ago, we'd go there at like 7 a.m, get done at like 7 p.m, walk back to our hotel,
it's your reflection
out of our con clothes. Yeah, change out of our gross con clothes, and go back down to Gaslamp District and eat and drink and stuff. Yeah, that was just from a restaurant we were at. That's San Diego. Right by that 13, the building with the 13 on it.
And the exit sign in the sky?
Yeah, below the exit. The 13 is an advertisement for the 13th season of American Horror Story, but like right by it, right there is the convention center.
Okay.
So, yeah, right on the river. That is Jaime Hernandez, writer, artist, along with his brother on Love and Rockets. I was just walking by the Fantagraphics booth and saw him randomly. I was like, oh shit. And I ended up buying a book and getting him sign it. And that also, if you
Where are you?
Yeah, if you go back to the previous one, Tyler.
Okay. Yeah.
The guy right there is also, we're pretty sure, is also another professional wrestler for AEW. I just didn't notice it was him. That's Speedball Mike Bailey.
Okay.
It makes sense because Jaime includes wrestling in his comics as well. But yeah, Blink 182 had a fucking booth for some reason. It's like an arcade, and like the line for that is fucking stupid. I guess Pac-Man is involved. I don't know, but that is my boy Jim Lee.
It's our boy. That's Jim.
Yep, Jim Lee.
He pointed to Eric in the audience and said, "My boy."
That's my boy.
But yeah, like he is the very famous run on X-Men, where like the how the X-Men looked in the animated series back in the 90s was based off of his stuff, you know? Like the Cyclops' famous costume that he wore in that cartoon, that's him. Storm's, you know, white costume, that's him. You know, and then at DC he does he's also a founder of Image Comics. At DC he did, you know, like Batman Hush, he's done all sorts of stuff. Speaking of which, that's the team for Batman Hush. They just wrapped up Hush 2, or at least the first part of Hush 2. It's Jim Lee who pencils. Next to him's Jeff Loeb, who's the writer. And then Scott Williams is the inker, and Alex Sinclair is the colorist. And they were talking about, you know, some stuff about Hush and some stuff about Hush 2 and all that. It was cool. I really liked Hush, so. And then that is the director and star of Clayface. This was Jim Lee and Friends. The like president of DC Comics and like the chief creative officer as well. So he handles both sides of things. So he's figured first half panel, do comic stuff with Hush Team. Second half panel, bring out the director and the star of Clayface. So they talked about stuff which was really cool. One of the things he brought up is they were like, you know, putting a bunch of details in the back and wanted to make you feel uneasy and kind of tie in with some of the subject matter and stuff. The walls are in the nightclub in this movie are designed to look like raw meat, and like flesh. Yeah, so it's really cool. Yeah, and then they showed the trailer. Yeah, this is the lantern, the power battery, and the ring from Lanterns TV show.
Looking lantern.
Yeah, I like it. That is part of the DC booth. They're starting to do this like countdown to their 100th anniversary. So like they like we're focusing on different decades or eras, right? This one is they started Golden Age last year. This year they're doing Silver Age stuff. So it's all looks, you know, late 50s through 60s style things. Oh, we went to the San Diego Zoo.
Let's change gears.
On Wednesday afternoon.
This is the writer and inker of this comic book.
Yeah. before we went to preview night, we went to the San Diego Zoo, and
what is this marmot?
That's a koala. It was really hot, so all the koalas were like hugging these fake trees that all have like misters on them and stuff to like cool off. Yeah. It's baboon.
Wakatepe.
Yeah. Baboon and son. Meerkat. Some meerkats.
Baboon and his son. Meerkat.
Elephant. Dude, these dudes, when we did like a little bus tour thingy first before we walked around to some of the stuff. And these two elephants were fucking hanging dong, dude. It was crazy. One of them was almost dragging it in the dirt. It was impressive. There's other elephant. He got one tusk.
Call him Chubby Soup, right?
I went to the San Diego Zoo when I was maybe like 17, something like that.
Nice. I'd never been, because the only other time I've been to some monkey, only other time I'd been to San Diego was for the first Comic-Con, which we didn't, do any of that. Yep, orangutan. Those are my people.
Those are orangs, dude.
He's just chilling in a what are those called?
Hammock.
Shit, is he like
hammock? There you go. That one's napping, just chilling. There's a towel there. That's a monkey that's in there with him.
Cool.
Not orangutan, but just some monkeys that are also in there with the orangutans. Me with my people, with the gorillas. The gorillas, there's two brothers, gorillas, and they were. This is by the gorilla enclosure. This is after
he escaped.
Yeah. I think this is after I bought 2 additional T-shirts on top of the T-shirt I already bought when I went to the store right away. Spoiler alert: they all have monkeys on them. But the gorillas, it was too early for the gorillas, so they didn't come out.
Oh.
They were just chilling. Hippopotamuses, I think they're pygmy ones. Gator. Mandrill. Little Rafiki. More monkey. Flaminguses.
Mingus.
Do you know why flamingos are pink?
Those are shrimps.
Because they eat shrimp.
That is a statue dedicated to Mongo, male mountain gorilla.
Beautiful.
Then there's another one with a female one on the other side. That's the entryway. That's Big Lion. That's outside entryway.
Careful.
That's
scary.
So that is, I think, Thursday morning, the first morning, I think. It could be who knows. But I was going up the stairs. This is where they were before everything opened. They get you all fucking wrangled up in a place and whatever. So that's where I'm headed. Oh, yeah. So one of the panels I didn't plan on going to, but that was occurring before the panels I was going to, was the MeTV Svengoolie panel with famous horror movie host Svengoolie. There he is. Yeah, and those are, and then two of his like cast members that are on the show as well. That was actually really fun. Talking about the show and talking about B movies and stuff. So that was cool. That is the Gotham and Beyond panel. Or not Gotham and Beyond, Metropolis and Beyond. So you have Joshua Williamson again, Superman writer. You got Jeremy Adams, who writes Green Lantern. Tom King, that writes Wonder Woman. Morgan Hampton, who writes he does Green Lantern Corps. Stephanie Williams doing a fill-in arc on Wonder Woman right now, and then that's Nicole Maines. She played Dreamer on the Flash live-action show, but she's also been writing the character in comics a lot recently.
That's cool. I like that.
Ever since she's played that. And that is Mark Waid, very famous comic writer. Big long runs on the Flash, on the Superman, very big Superman guy. A bunch of stuff. But yeah, there he is in his Spider-Man Superman Hawaiian shirt.
Mark Waid.
That's a pin I got for free at the panel. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That's sick. Also for the Metropolis and Beyond, Scott Snyder again showed up with artist Sanford Green to announce a Dark Side one-shot. I forget what it was called exactly, but it is a setup to the grand story over the last year or so. 2 years has been this big Dark Side story, and they are kind of building up. Just finished Act 2 and are building up to Act 3 right now. So this is a one shot that's Snyder's writing, Sanford Green is doing the art on. So Dark Side. There you go, Dark Side versus the World. That's what it's called. That's that cover for it.
Take a break. Know what I'm saying?
I don't know. This one cover, and then we got some more art for it. Then some other variant covers. There are different eras. And then that is the Absolute panel. The Absolute Comics line is super huge right now. The biggest one, of course, is Absolute Batman, which is Scott Snyder there on the left. Writing, Nick Dragata is the artist. You got Hayden Sherman there again, artist on Absolute Wonder Woman. Next to him is my boy Hornsack Pincheshote. Is the writer of Absolute Green Arrow. Raphael Albuquerque is the artist on it. And then we have, I can't read her name, Shay Grayson. She's Absolute Catwoman. And then you see Jeff Lemire just chilling there. He writes Absolute Flash. It's Absolute Green Arrow pin I got at that panel. That's Belen Ortega, who's the artist on a Absolute Canary one shot that's coming out. And then Lemire next to her as well. That's the announcement thing for Absolute Black Canary one shot. That's from Absolute Flash. That's the first look at the Absolute version of Cyborg.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolute Cheetah.
What? Holy
Yeah.
shit!
That's
Yeah, look
crazy.
at like the like human face on it. It's pretty cool.
Dude, human teen or absolute teen Titans would be like crazy.
Lemire
With
pretty
what
much
they've
said
done with
that.
the Robins so far, like
Right. Lemire said pretty much that like Absolute Flash saw as like the teenage book of the thing, and it's young like teenage Wally West, and then basically said it's going to be like the breeding ground for Absolute Teen Titans. So you have him there. We have now Cyborg showing up soon. So yeah, that's Frank Thierry and Francesco Francavilla. Frank Thierry is a writer. Francavilla is an artist. They're doing a new Absolute Batman one shot, Beyond Arc M. So Absolute Professor Pig there. Then you got Absolute Joker over the right shoulder and Absolute Batman over the left shoulder. There's a design sheet, original design sheet for Absolute Professor Pig. That's Cal Dodd, the voice actor for Wolverine from X-Men the Animated Series and X-Men 97. Yep, that was his little booth he was doing signings at.
Nice.
My little drive-by pictures. Downey's Dr. Doom costume. Each day at the Marvel booth, that one was separate from the rest of the costumes, and there would be like different the plaque said Latvarian witch, and like the first day it was like purple or something, and the next day it was yellow, and the next day it was green, and then the final day it was Dr. Doom, or at least Saturday it was Dr. Doom.
Interesting.
I just took a picture of that because that was a nostalgia hit. AB Toys, someone must have bought the rights or something to it, so I saw KB Toys and got hit right in the nostalgia.
That's cool.
That's Stan Sakai, writer, artist, creator of Usagi Yojimbo.
Cool.
Who features a lot in turtle stuff.
Yeah.
The Rabbit Samurai, you can see him over his shoulder in the backdrop there with the turtle.
There's 3 different versions of him. There's some of him in a little ramen bowl up there.
Yep. But yeah, so that was him at his booth. That is Tony Fleece, who's a writer and an artist too, I guess, primarily known as a writer. He does a book called Stray Dogs, which is like a serial killer movie, or like what if like a serial killer after they killed someone took their dogs, and kept their dogs, and it's done in like a Disney style like art. So there's a lot of times we had to stop little kids from looking at it because they thought it was a Disney thing, when actually like there's like dogs getting murdered and people getting murdered and shit.
Lord.
He does another book called Feral, that is zombie, like it's like a zombie apocalypse story, but it's cats and rabies. Again in the same style. It's really good. Does other stuff. He's writing Deathstroke as well right now. The artist Art Germ does a lot of variant covers, very big variant cover artist. That's my boy Jeff Darrow, writer, artist. He's buddies with Mobius, who's a big Mobius guy, and he's friends with him.
That's awesome.
He does a book called Shaolin Cowboy, so you can see there. He also was the artist who, with Frank Miller, did the comic Big Guy Rusty the Boy Robot, which got turned into a cartoon at some point. But yeah, he's really awesome. Rob Liefeld, that piece of shit. Known for his bad art. Co-creator of Deadpool. Cable. One of the founders of Image. There he is there. There's the boy, the Todd father, dude. Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, there he is.
There. Co-founder of Image. Creator of Spawn. Co-creator of Venom. You know the laundry list of things. That was him. Just chilling by the Image booth.
No, I heard a
fucking Flash Gordon, dude. It's my boy Flash Gordon. From the movie. The 80s movie. Fucking Flash.
From the movie. Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Baldini.
Hey, Baldini.
Yep. Writer,
creator
producer
of
on
Harley
Batman
Quinn.
the Animated Series. Yep. Co-creator of Harley Quinn. He also wrote a lot of comics as well.
That's nostalgia.
Hell yeah, dude. That's Art Adams. He's an artist. He's eating a sandwich.
He's like, I don't like this sandwich.
Hard time eating that sandwich.
He
He's
did
like,
a lot
"Fuck
of
this shit."
he was like big, like primetime inspiration for the Image Boys. He created Longshot in the X-Men, do a bunch of X-Men annuals. Fucking yeah, that's a great artist. Yeah, David Finch, also a comic artist. Runs on Batman, Moon Knight. Fucking
He has a Thundercat Silverhawks thing there.
hell yeah, he does. Probably did cover for that. Or wait, that's somebody else's stuff, I think, because he didn't do covers for the other ones. But he
You did not.
fucking what did he do? I was gonna say David Finch just put in the work of his life for a book called keep forgetting what it's called. It's really good. But he spent like 8 years on it. It was crazy. Just came out for Image. Robert Kirkman wrote it. I'll get back to you on what it's called. Yeah, he was there. I ended up getting eventually a TMNT cover that he did of Donnie. I got that signed by him.
Cool.
That is artist Dennis Cowan, creator of a bunch of Milestone stuff, like Static and all those guys. He wasn't a co-creator on that, but I don't think. But he, that universe did the Question, like art on the Denny O'Neil Question run. That's really cool. He was chilling. That is John Dolmayan, the drummer for System of a Down. He also owns Torpedo Comics. That's what he's there for at that moment. Those are my. Can you zoom out a little bit? Unplanned for purchases. That's the David Finch Donnie cover that I got signed there. And then underneath that was I bought the book from him and then had him sign it. Same with that one, which is a Turtles cover from DNA. It was Dan Nakayama. That's another Donnie cover. So I had him sign that too. Unplanned, but did. That is Ryan Otley, artist on Invincible, for a majority of its run. Not the co-creator, but on a majority of its run, he was the artist on it. So
cool.
That is shit. It's one of the Cuberts. Either Adam or Andy, I forget. That's one of the brothers. I think it's Adam. That is Mitch Garrett's comic artist. Works a lot with Tom King. He did that book Sheriff of Babylon, which is really good. He did the Mr. Miracle book that's going to be made into a animated TV show for DC that he did with Tom King. He's from Minnesota originally.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. And, man in the fedora there is Mr. Frank Miller, right there.
Yep, I see him.
We all know Frank Miller, Daredevil, Batman, Dark Knight Returns, Sin City, 300, all that stuff. He was there. He announced a book there, so he was doing a signing for it.
Is it this one? Invasive Species?
Yep. Was this zoom out?
Oh, sure.
That's Will Portasio, co-creator of Bishop. You can see there's a Bishop right next to him. He's done a bunch of. He did art on X-Men. He co-created Gambit, I believe, as well. Did a bunch of work on X-Men. He was also supposed to be a founder of Image. He left with the guys to go do it, but either his sister died or something, or got sick and died, whatever. But he ended up, kind of being away for a while. While the other guys, started the thing. He ended up coming in later, did a book called Wetworks. He's done a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Cool dude. That is Jim Mahfood. He's a writer, artist. Done all sorts of shit. Kind of a indie guy. That, he totally caught me too. That's artist Dan Panosian. He's like, he got his start during like the 90s doing like Prophet for like Rob Liefeld's like book like thing, and it looked a lot like Liefeld. Now he's leveled up so much and it's just like a ridiculous artist. He could also probably beat you up.
And he's about to. He's gonna jump that table and just
he caught me good, dude.
clock
I'm
you.
pretty good at the drive-by picture, like a real quick, subtle drive-by pick. But he fucking got me. Those are books I bought. One of those is the one on the left is, if you think there's back to Daniel Warren Johnson and that wrestler Brody King, that's the book they did together. That's him, like the black and white one. That's him. That's how he dresses. Stuff he did that cover. Daniel Warren Johnson did for him. So I bought that, and then that's Danhausen, really big in wrestling right now, and it's meant to look like Absolute Batman #1. It's a comic as well. That was probably from when we were leaving, maybe.
No, really?
Towards the end there, maybe.
You just really like planes and terminals.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
It sounds like a good time. It sounds like a lot of
It is.
walking.
It's a lot, and there's not. You can't, obviously stand in the middle of the thing for. There's not a lot of places to sit down either. There's like towards the back by one of the areas that has like a concession stand. They have multiple areas of that down the thing. They have a little like area that has a bunch of tables and shit so people can sit down and eat, but that's always full. And like on the floor, there's nowhere for you to sit really. And then like upstairs, obviously, unless you're in a panel, you just got the floor essentially to sit on. There's another where you can pick up badges and stuff. There's another area with tables for people to sit, but that's always full too. So it's like, that's unless you're paneling, you're not, or you go outside like me and every couple hours or whatever, take a little stig a dig break and sit on a piece of concrete or whatever.
Like this homie right here.
Not a lot of not a lot of sitting.
You're like you're peeping all these little
able to be
sig
done.
spots. You're like, oh man, those stairs look good for a little sig spot.
Right.
Maybe I'll go on the
But
scissor lift.
if you plan accordingly, like the first 8 to 9:45, I'm sitting on the floor outside a room, and then at 9:45 to 1:30, I'm sitting in a chair for panels, and then I'm walking. So I got some sitting in. I wasn't all walking.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's a good time. A lot of fun. We'll do again.